When are you ever gonna learn? When are these leverage degens ever gonna learn? Let me pop in this alpha trading Discord here before I get fired up. I'm getting ready to go on a leverage rant. Be prepared. Where is, hold on here. There we go. There we go. Turn this volume up a little bit. Oh, I'm getting a little feedback. What's up, Yasha?
Yo, sorry.
No, you're good.
I'm not even here
Okay.
for now.
Okay. Perfect. Because I'm getting ready to go on Rantville.
Background stuff.
All right, brother. All right. I don't even know where to start, man. We were talking on the stream yesterday about shorts getting liquidated. The BTC moved back to 30K, right? And literally he's talking on the stream saying, I guarantee you that with this move to the top side, all these degens got over leveraged long. Right? And in my head, I'm going, I knew what was going to happen. I knew it was going to happen. I really did. And I'll show you on the charts why. And we called it out yesterday on the charts, 4-hour chart specifically, as a top. I literally said, this is the top on Bitcoin. Right? This is the top on Bitcoin. I'll show you in a minute. But let's get to some numbers. Let's get to some numbers right here. All right, here we go. So yesterday, all right, we were talking about, I think I was saying there was about 60 million in short liquidations, right? Because the BTC shot up to 30K after we started streaming. Well, it ended up being 129 million in shorts. All right, now that's the crypto market in general. That's not just BTC. It doesn't matter. They all run together, right? Cryptocurrency, just one bag, in my opinion. And all these altcoins, all this other stuff, just drawing liquidity from Bitcoin. Could you imagine what the price of Bitcoin would be without all these other altcoins? Not some of them serve their purpose. We need platforms. We need currencies we can use besides Bitcoin. Bitcoin's a store of value, in my opinion. But so we get 100 at the end of it all when Bitcoin's up at the top. 130 million in short liquidations, right? Why? Because of leverage. Leverage is poison. And so the same people that probably got liquidated, that their shorts got liquidated, probably over leveraged the top. Oh, I'm going to make it back. Oh, BTC's going to pump. Oh, let's go 50x to the top side now. And then if you weren't paying attention yesterday, let me pull this chart up, man. This frustrates the shit out of me, man. Frustrates the living shit out of me that people are this stupid. Yes, if you use that much leverage, you are a dumbass. Sorry. Period. The end. And you learned your lesson yesterday. Hopefully somebody that got short liquidated and long liquidated in the same day is listening to this. Here's when I called the top. Here's the 4-hour Bitcoin chart, right? Had this nice freaking run here. What, 27, like 27.4, 27.250, all the way back up to 30K. All right. You get a wick above the reverse fissure. Did that 4-hour candle close above it? No. And it's not gonna, man. That's that's a tough nut to crack right there. Now, look what happened when we got to the top. Look at the returns oscillator. All you RSI junkies out there, show me. Show me. All right. Bear div. All the fissures flipped at the same time. Look at the entropy. Entropy trend at the top side hit the third standard deviation band, turned up. All right. Went immediately into a random walk. Now, obviously, this move on the 4-hour, it's going to be really hard to see this on a 4-hour chart. Right, look at the volatility. All the volatility lengths were expanded. Look at all the little breaks in correlation here. All right, look at all the little breaks in correlation. You'll have to drop down on lower time frames. But you can see when you get to the top of that reverse fissure right there, look at the next candle. Tried to get back up above the fissure. Hell no. The bear div played out. Look at the first 4-hour candle. Where did it go to? A wick right to the 9 log MA. Pulled back up from it. right? Pulled back up from it. Then look where it dumped to, right to the bottom of the power mean band. Talk about full mean reversion from the Fisher. Bam, all the way down. Okay, and then pumped right back up. Pumped right back up. So you got short liquidations, you got long liquidations, you got more short liquidations. More short liquidations. Let me show you. Not as bad as yesterday, but already 31 million, 31.6 million in short liquidations. And there's already 33.3 million in long liquidations. It's straight ridiculousness. And then so we go over here to longs versus shorts, right? I mean, look at this. It's just crazy, man. So now we got about 53% longs, 47% shorts. Who's next? Who's next? Open interest? Man, it's just all this is just ridiculous. Let me go back over here to the chart. Really steams me. Whoop, there we are. So then you pop back up, right? So boom, long or short liquidations, long liquidations, short liquidations. Look, man, when you have volatility like this in a market, you don't need leverage. This is straight degen gambling. Dude, I've said this a million times. All you knuckleheads out there that think this is a dopamine rush, losing all this money, you guys need a lobotomy, man. This isn't what trading's all about. Trading's about building your P&L, right? About being a successful trader, winning, making money, withdrawing money, putting it back into your bank account, not just over and over and over and over again. And I'm mainly talking about you crypto degens, because this is where a lot of it's happening at, right? A lot of the main leverage in the traditional markets, I mean, it's inherently built into options. You got to know what you're doing there too. Anybody that trades options knows this. You've got to monitor your positions, especially if you're trading those 0 DTE options. But the fact that this happened when we're literally now, I don't know what YouTube Jimmy was out there talking about. Look, most people that trade use lagging indicators. Why do I say that? Because, man, 99.9% of the indicators out there available to people are lagging indicators. We're really the first group that's brought all this forward at this level, where we're just like, here you go. Oh, let's open up Pandora's box. Let's give everybody all these indicators built on returns, statistics, the probabilities, the distribution, right? When is everybody going to learn? You know, we get people sometimes that comes into this chat and just blah, blah, will just start going at us, right? Because this is something they've never seen. Meanwhile, probably the same people that are getting liquidated. Look, guys, the VEPS, this is real, man. I don't know what illusion people are under, but like our stream yesterday, TradingView got about 140 views so far. I'm hoping this one gets more. I hope this spreads like wildfire. I hope you listening has a friend that got liquidated. Maybe they've got friends that got liquidated. People need to hear this stuff. You don't need to use leverage. If you want to become a professional trader, you need to start acting correctly. All right? Not just losing money, because that's what you're doing. You're just giving money away. You might as well just burn it. I mean, fuck, US dollar's not worth anything anyway, so but that's for another time. Good God. Let me look at this daily chart real quick.
You know, I just want to say also,
go for it.
I'm not really here, but on the 4-hour, dude, the RMLRs were screaming mean reversion when we got on that live stream yesterday, and we said it.
Yep.
And it's like, we're literally giving you access to future information.
It's perfect too.
If you're not paying attention, what are you doing? We're giving you access to future information. How many times in your life did you ever think, oh boy, if I could know something about the future, I'd be a zillionaire or whatever. I'd be a successful whatever. We literally have two tools that tell you what's going to happen in the future.
Yeah.
What are you doing not using that wherever you are out there in DGen land? So that mean reversion was totally expected, and the bounce from it was obviously expected. If you looked at the lower time frame resolutions, you know, none of this was surprising to people trading VEPS properly. None of this. Mm-hmm. But the degens who don't know what they're doing, they all got wrecked up and down and all over the place yesterday. Yes. And frankly, they deserve it for not not caring enough about how they trade and just being degens. It's like, all right, you want to degen, have fun, but don't cry when you get wrecked. Instead, figure out why it is you're getting wrecked, and that is try to learn a better way to trade. It exists. That's what we're here for. Anyway, I'm out. See you. Happy trading.
So, yeah, here's what he's talking about right here. Right, here's what he's talking about. Now, let's go through these candles real quick. Let me get you to understand about the distribution and what this is setting up. And knowing you just can't keep running these probabilities at the top side without a mean reversion. Look at the first candle. That thing almost made a 99.7 Laplace. Where'd the wick go to? Pretty much almost to the dollar. Third standard deviation, normal distribution. Then look at the next 2 4-hour candles, right? Little dojis, but they did. Look at the wicks up to the 1 SD, right? 1 SD, 1 SD. This candle to the dollar. It just happened to be on the second standard deviation band. We open up this new 4-hour candle, right? Almost a third standard deviation move, right? Pulls back. Probabilities dictate that. Open up another 4-hour candle, exceed the third standard deviation normal distribution. And if you were looking at the other 4-hour chart, you're seeing bear divs set up. This is what we talk about all the time. Guys, the returns are going to make the move first, man. Right? Price action follows returns. And so when you see this higher low right here setting up with this, look at this, right? This whole move right here, the returns oscillator, look at the returns, man. Not having it, right? Just setting up that higher low for the dump. And then when you take into effect, you're up here by the second standard deviation band. Both of these wicks were making a run at the 3 SD band, right? These are volatility bands around the RMLR. Look where this one opened up, right before it dumped out. It opens up right below that second standard deviation band. 1 4-hour candle, mean reverted right back to the RMLR. Tried on that candle to go to the 30 power mean. Pulled back up, then it did it. It shot down almost first standard deviation band, second standard deviation current candle. And then just popped right back up. And look at this 4-hour candle. It ran right to the second standard deviation, pulled back, and now here we are. Here we are, getting ready to cross down the RMLR. All right, what's going to happen here? Something's got to give. You're just laying right on it, creating this doji. We've got 2 hours, 50 minutes left in this 4-hour candle. The 30 length power mean down here about 27.6. So go over here to Bitcoin liquidations or longs versus shorts. All right, what do you think's going to happen if that thing pops back down there 27.6 area? Look at all these longs, over leverage longs. Let me check out open interest. Let's see what's up here. Where are you? Yep, rising. Let's see here. Rising. Hold on, pull this in. Boy, this is a hard chart to. There we go. Yep, rising right now a little bit. But you can see yesterday, man, it dropped off a little bit. Well, of course it did. Why? Hello. Liquidations. Oh boy. Anyway, this is barring. This is so close to. People are insane at this point. Do you not know that you're preyed upon when you use leverage? When you enter, number one, these YouTubers out there that are literally ramping you onto these exchanges and making money off you, they are dirt bags. I hope one of you are listening right now. Boy, I'd love to have a panel, a discussion on a stage in front of an audience with you jackasses. I guarantee I win this argument. Guarantee it. I'll make you look like fools. You're criminals, man. You really are. You're going to pay the price one of these days, too. Remember, this has happened once before. Then they all start taking down. They all start taking down their videos of showing people how to use leverage and up or unloading people on the leverage exchanges, especially Americans, when you're not even supposed to be trading there in the first place. Teaching people how to use VPNs. These guys are going to pay the price. Don't think these government officials aren't watching this. I think they are. They love throwing shade on crypto. A lot of them do. So it's insanity, man. Like I said, I'd love to have a discussion with these guys, man. Because you all you traders out there, if you're watching these YouTubers, And you get in their descriptions and you see all those links. You see links to Bybit. You see links to Binance. You see all these leveraged crypto exchanges. Dude, you are watching the wrong people. You really are. And at the same time, you know how they make money? They're extracting money from their own communities. This is how this works. That's how they make money. I'd love to start saying names, but I'm not going to do that. It's one big basket of idiots. I'm throwing them all in it. I don't care. I mean, there's one guy, right? And I'm going to call him out because he is a good guy. And I like listening to him. I used to listen to him a lot. Kevin Swanson or whatever his last name is, right? I really like that guy. He's down to earth. He doesn't seem to be bullshitting, uh, draining his community of money. But all these other guys, man, dude, it's a joke. It's a real joke out there. And if any of you are listening, I'd love to have a debate with you anytime. I'm not hard to find. I'm doxxed. Let's talk about it. But you're probably not going to do it because you're going to end up looking like a fool. A fool. You're taking these new traders and you're on-ramping them onto leveraged exchanges. There shouldn't even be leverage in crypto. That is the biggest part of this scam. Is these crypto exchanges offering all this leverage in volatile markets. It's not what it's for. That's not what leverage is for. Especially 50x stuff. I mean, oh my God. Leverage in the right hands when you are scalping low time frame volatility intraday is not a bad thing. But I'm telling you right now, I have never, ever went over 5x. Ever. And I'm damn sure not using leverage swing trading. This is why these people are getting liquidated. Let me read something real quick. Where did he put that at? Yeah, Sayron in the chat. You put leverage plus swing plus not taking profit equals liquidations. It's 100% true. And anybody that's trying to swing trade volatility in general, you're going at this market wrong. This is why you keep getting knocked out of positions and stuff. You do not swing trade cryptocurrency. When are people going to learn? And if you're just getting into a position, no leverage at all, you're probably not going to get liquidated. But what are you doing? Why in the world would you get in a position here and not take profit here? Right? Because look, took all your profit away. You might not have got liquidated using no leverage, but dude, what are we doing here? Do you understand on low time frames? Down here, right? You use a workflow down to the 15-minute. You're getting entries down here, 9, 6, 3. Most of the time, 3 and 6 minute for myself. You know how many trades you can be in a day? Do you know how many great, probably outlier trades that on the 3 and 6 minute chart that are in all these 4-hour candles? Look at this volatility, man. Look at this volatility. And this is what people don't realize. So they're going to try to swing trade this move using a bunch of leverage. They don't take their profit. They get greedier. I even talked about it. I was like, I guarantee you these longs are adding on. Guarantee these longs at the top are adding on. Right after all the shorts get liquidated, and the people shorts that got liquidated, this is what they do. I'm going to make the money back. So then they're going to long the top. Right, they're going to long 30K. Oh, 30K. Some jackball out there has probably got a trend line, some trend line on this data set. Hey, man, we broke to the top side of the trend line. It's going to have to go up now. God, man, it's the same old crap. I just, yeah, it's clown world, man, across the board. It's so ridiculous. So ridiculous. I'm literally going to bed last night just thinking about it. What am I going to talk about tomorrow? Because we talk about this all the time, and it's just people just don't hear it. All right, people don't hear it. We're here for you traders.
A little feedback.
Yeah, man.
On your comments, I just want to say after 1 month that it does take a little bit of focus and a lot of listening, which I like to do. I like to hear a lot, but anybody out there should
just take some time and take a look at this, because even over the last week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, believe me, I have tried every way to discount, because, I'm always searching for the right platform, just like any trader.
Right.
But this has kept me out. Now listen to this, has kept me out of more trades that I would have been in, negative trades, than I can count, which is a huge positive. Plus, it lines up almost all the time. It lines up. If you look at everything, get your workflow. I mean, literally what you talk about is, look, I'll just say pretty flawless in terms of just the workflow, building a workflow. And it was screaming at me. I made one positive trade yesterday, but it kept me out of any calls yesterday, all day long. Everything was telling me no calls. Mm-hmm. So that's a little feedback. I did have a question though, because I'm trying to understand something a little bit more now that I've got most of the tools in front of me. Mm-hmm. Is that on this transition, a couple of the calls this last week, I document every call that you go through basically, mm-hmm. and I document it because it's very interesting to me. But the question is, if you get a moment on the stream at some point when we get to SPY, is just backtrack up a little bit over the last couple of days, because the analysis has been flawless, but I'm still missing a little bit on the moves, on how these moves are fulfilling. I mean, saying you could look into the future and all that, obviously you can't say that, but as I document it, it shows that those calls, that basic analysis that you go through every day, that workflow works exponentially. I mean, it just works flawlessly. And I just want to go through when you look at the daily and the weekly and how that corresponds to, the returns. Right. You're going through that daily, weekly, and looking at the top and bottom of any given day. I don't know if that makes any sense.
Yeah. I mean, when we talk about future, we're talking about this future projection in the RMLR. So you're going to know, like right now on the 7 length, there is the future projection of the return mean of log returns. And is what a lot of people don't realize. There's a lot of people out there said this could not be done. Or there'll still be a lot of people that'll say, oh, no, that's not accurate information, when it's very accurate. And we know this. We know this indeed. You can draw yourself a line along with us. Just watch their RML follow this. It's amazing. It's amazing what these guys have done. Let me do one more thing, and then we're going to go over to SPY, and I'll go back through. I wanted to show this on the daily real quick. So we talked about when BTC hit the top up here at like 31K here recently, and the pullback finally came back down to test the reverse wave trend. Now here is the daily candle that liquidated everybody. Just ended up being a doji. We're at right down here about a 33 log MA, right? But look at this thing, man. Look at this thing. It spanned the entire top of the power mean band all the way back down to the bottom of the power mean band to the reverse wave trend. Pulled back up. Then recently here, shot a wick back up into these higher power mean, up into the higher power mean band. It's pulling back inside the. Let me see here real quick. That's what I like to do. Go through these time frames and just see. Yeah, that move to the top side on the 2-day was right to the top of the power mean band. And you'll notice you don't have to look at this indicator long and be like, what the heck? Yeah, exactly. That's what we said the first time. Yeah, and this is the whole thing. Do I still think that 31K right now is the top for the weekly? This needs to be tested, man. I'm telling you, we're going to see some long liquidations. Guarantee it. We're going to see it again. I do think Bitcoin's going to pop down here at some point. Every week, though, it's rising. Like next week, probably going to be about 25.5. Where all those there, I saw a lot of people going, "Oh, Bitcoin's going to pull back to 25K. I know it's happening." What are they looking at? They're looking at this data sets right here, which is ridiculous. They're drawing trend lines. They're drawing trend lines. You know, here's the reverse wave trend up here. You've got the 9 log MA. It's crossing up, right? Crossing up the 99 length, 33 length, and it's crossing the wave trend right now. This area right here, this is hot. This is hot indeed. 25, 30. Let me see something real quick. And I talked about this. Look at the bear div on the weekly. Don't think this wave trend's not going to get tested. They're just waiting. What are these algos waiting for? What are these exchanges waiting for? I'll show you what. They're waiting for. Come here. Where are you, long shorts? Look how fast that just changed, right? Look how fast that just changed. That was just what? 53 longs, 53% longs, 47% shorts. Now look, heavy on the shorts. And this is what I usually see when you get one side above like 60%. That's definitely one of the first flags I'll be looking for. I wouldn't be a bit surprised. Let me see something here. Hold on. We got a weekly. Let me drop down here real quick. Let me do a quick little workflow. Look at any hidden. Yeah, here you go, right here. And here's the hidden divergence building. And the fact that was that on the 4? Wait a minute. Let me blow this up real quick. See it again. Yeah, the fact this daily shot up here into the power mean band and pulled back inside the 33. Careful, people. Be careful. Hidden bear div. Hidden bear div. Setting up both these areas, right? This is the two jabs. Now look, you got all the fishers turned up on the daily. You do indeed. And seeing all those shorts pile on right now, boy, it wouldn't shock me at all. Wouldn't shock me at all to see this thing back up at the top of the power mean band. And I'm telling you, these people are over leveraged. A move back to 30K is going to hammer them. I guarantee you will see shorts getting liquidated if that happens. And just seeing all this hidden. See what's going on here. Yeah, we're not really going to get another stat. You know what? Yeah, we will. If this is a top right here, you're still going to get some bear div. You're still going to get some bear div from this point. So if this rejects off the zero mean, look at the positive correlation. But this returns oscillator is laying over underneath the zero mean. If it were to reject right here, that'll be another stab of bear div. Right? We're going back here. We already had the one play out, and it was nasty and liquidated a lot of people. But it popped right back up. This is algorithmic liquidation central, man. This is exactly what happened here. They suckered everybody in. They suckered them all in. They got over leverage. This was a great move, but we know the power of this reverse fisher, and we know the power of the returns oscillator and the divergence it builds. It's crazy, man. So you got more bear div building on the 4 hour. There's hidden on the daily. Let me see here. Yeah, nothing really right here. Nothing on the 90 minute. Let me see. I'm just going down through here to see. Now here we go. Is there any bull? Yeah, here's a little bull div. Getting ready to cross back up the zero mean. So you got a lower low right here. You can see this is definitely a higher low. If you're ever in question, blow it up. You'll see it. You will see it. It is setting up. And the correlation's been building. Now, usually when you get a returns oscillator break like this, heading up, sometimes the correlation will totally break, right? You'll go back to negative correlation or it'll lose correlation. This is just building. It's been building the whole time, right? Positive, more positive, more positive, more positive, more positive correlation. This crosses the zero mean. Look, total random walk. Volatility is starting to expand. It's positively correlated. What's this, 45 minute? Okay, so I got the 45. Let me see. Yeah, nothing on the Z score. You even got a little bull div on the fisher, right? You even got a little bull div on the Fisher. There's nothing on the DLP. So you got a little on the Fisher, and it's on the returns oscillator. And look where you're at on the 45-minute. Where you at? You're right there at you were right there at the reverse wave trend. I mean, look, this thing's been having trouble. This is the 9 log MA. Right? You're getting wicks above it, wicks above it. It just keeps pulling back, right? Pulling back to the wave trend, pump back up. Rejection off the 33 power mean to the dollar. A lot of these times, these wicks just nail. I mean, you can see these wicks nailing these power means. These are all just different lengths. That's all it is. So you people out there that are using a similar indicator, using lagging moving averages, simple, exponential, you can change it up. You know what I'm talking about. That old super guppy that a lot of people like. Guys, this thing hands down makes that just look like, awful. There's nothing to it, man. It's lagging. This stuff isn't. This stuff isn't. So here we are again on the 45-minute. You're rejecting off of this 9 length log MA. But just looking at the shorts and longs, it wouldn't surprise me. See this thing back up here, man. I mean, that's not even that far. $300. I guarantee you that there's a lot of over leveraged people. And it's the same people that probably already got liquidated. Because what happens? You want to make that money back. Oh, I'm going to even use more leverage. I mean, it's crazy, man. It is absolutely insane. What time is it? Oh, yeah, it just opened. All right. Let me see something. Let's go over to SPY. Since it did open up, where's this new daily range? Okay, where'd this thing open? Yeah, it gapped up, huh? Right back up to the support level on the weekly. That is the second. All right, I talked about SPY. What did I say about SPY? Here's the bottom of the weekly range down here at 404. I called it. I mean, this was on the what? Day 2? Day 2 of the week. I was like, SPY found its bottom for the week. I'm not saying it can't close down here around 404, but the fact this pre-market pumped back up to this next support level on the weekly range, that's these green dotted lines. The weekly range is right there. And it was tight, super tight. One of the tightest, that you'll see. And that's telling you you're going to have trend. Has it been trending this week? Yep. And where was most of the trend? To the downside, right to the last support level. Right to the last support level, right? Only upside here. I mean, it can drop back down to 404. There's no doubt about it. But it's a no-brainer. This thing popped pre-market, right? The odds, the probabilities of SPY closing below 404 by Friday, 4 p.m., 4:30 is astronomically high. It's not going to happen, right? Is there a small probability? Small probability it could? There always is. There's always some sort of probabilities both ways, but I'm going to go with the bigger numbers, right? That's what probabilities are all about. And this isn't even the distribution level, but these volatility ranges, the width of them, all the supports and resistances, if you have this indicator, it's not like you're back testing. Go back. Just go back in time, right? Go back. Look first, just look on price action, like on SPY or Bitcoin or something, and look for those big weekly moves, right? Look for weekly candles that were like 2 SD moves. Then go to the VRE, right? And see where that move went to. See if that weekly candle closed outside these weekly ranges. You're going to be hard pressed to find them. You really are. You really are. Daily ranges, same deal. Monthly ranges, same deal. All right. Pretty nuts. So yeah, and this thing gapped up above Laplace distribution to 68.3 Laplace. It gapped right through the new daily range, so that doesn't need to be tested. You see something here. Yeah, I mean, just look at the 33-minute. All right, SPY had a rough day, man. Is this wave trend going to get tested here at some point? Yeah. Oh, big time. Was that 408? Let me see where this went on the 4-hour. Well, there was a wave trend test on the 4-hour with that candle right there. Unfortunately, it broke down below. Where's it going to find support at? You got the 99 log MA. You got the reverse Fisher down here below the power mean band. right? And even Fisher on the 4 hour down here at 403.31. I'm telling you, if SPY roars down, right, trying to scare some traders, guarantee it bounces here. Why? Because I know where that bottom of the weekly is. The bottom of the weekly is right in this area. You get a wick down to this Fisher, it's going to pull right back up. It's going to pull right back up. Let me see. So where, on what time frame? Was it on the daily? Let's see if this, let's see what happened here. Let's see where this wave trend is on SPY on the daily. Why am I laughing? Because, man, there it is. There was the daily wave trend that got tested. Right? Right to it. You're outside the power mean band. You're in no man's land. Returns mean revert. Price action's going to follow. And there it was. There was the test. I didn't even see this yesterday. Only bidder in ME. There's so many pissed off people that they got liquidated. Watch Alpha Trading's video. Get some tough love. I'm just like, when are people going to learn, man? If people would just realize the money they've lost in getting liquidated. Look, trading's not easy, and sometimes it gets away from you. I've been liquidated one time in the early days. Why did I get liquidated? Why do you think? Leverage, man. Leverage. Not realizing. This was before I realized any of this. I learned the hard way. You think I've ever been liquidated again? Right? Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, I'm just going to bury my head in the dirt out here, right? Spank myself. Shame on me, man. That you should never get liquidated more than one time. But this is like industry. There's hedge funds out there getting liquidated. That's why. Learn how to trade, man. Don't put money into a hedge fund. I mean, come on. It's ridiculous. You're going to let, because a lot of these people that say they know what they're doing, right? They don't. They don't, man. They're using, most of them are using lagging indicators, right? Or they're just looking at order flow, or it's just ridiculous. It's crazy, man. It's crazy what people use. But now here's SPY. Proven Alpha Trading's point again, exactly what happens when you get outside these power mean bands. You're going to go test a wave trend at some point. And that's a reverse wave trend, right? We don't use any of the normal. Now Fishers we do. Fisher's powerful, but this reverse Fisher, woo! It's always going to be above or below, just really wrangling in everything, right? It took a while to get these lengths too. And some of the lengths on wave trend and Fisher really don't vibe with my numbers, but man, they work. They work really well. So we stuck with them. That guy, unfortunately, is no longer with us. Really wasn't ever part. We were together in another camp. Just, yeah, backed the wrong horse, man. Backed the wrong horse. If you're out there listening right now, we're here for you, bro. We're here for you, right? We are here for you. God, the thing is, God, can I even remember his name? What was his name? MJ, you remember? Who in the hell did that? Who came up with the lengths on the Fisher and the wave trend? I don't know. But another good guy. I wish he would have came along. If you're listening right now, Fur Primal, stop chasing them chickens. Get back with Alpha Trading, bro. We're here for you. Hilarious. So here we go. All right, so SPY's bouncing, right? The daily reacquired the wave trend. Here's the 9 log MA 412. Let me see here. Let's pop this down. Boop, 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 boop. Yeah, no div, no div, no div, no div. It's a 4 hour. There's the bull div. There's the bull div on the 4 hour. All the Fishers are getting ready. I'm telling you, man, this SPY's about to go back. SPY's about to take a move. SPY is about to make a move back to the top side here. Let's see. Starting to have an outlier on the 90-minute. Bull div on the 90. All the Fishers are up. I don't even need to look at the volatility. Bull div. Bull div on every time frame. All the Fishers are up. Even you got bull div on the Z scores, right? Z score. DLP. Going back into a random walk. The predictors flip. Let me see something real quick on the 90-minute. Predictor flip. Yep. and this is what you're going to see, right? Usually you're going to trend to the downside, and usually sometimes you'll literally see a move trend one way and then go right back into a random walk moving the same direction, right? Price action continuation of that. But sometimes, like when you're going back in a random walk, the predictor is going to flip back to the top side or the bottom side, depending on what's going on. And here you are in a 90-minute, right? All these time frames, right? With this dump, you're below the power mean band. Here's the wave trend up here, 409, 410. See the 45. Yeah, I mean, you're going to see bull div on all these time frames. Yeah, I was already there. 33. More bull div. More bull div. Look at the Z-score. All right, look at the Z-score. Look at the outlier we're having on the 33. All the fishers are up. All the fishers are up down to the 15. There's the pre-market outlier happening right now. Look at all the bull div on the 15. Doesn't get any better than that. Does not get any better than that. All right, we're going to have fun. Because, hey, I'm not saying it's all the time, but I'm telling you, 80, 90% of the time, when the returns oscillator is showing divergence and it's not a lagging indicator, it's actual intel that you can use to get into positions, unlike the RSI. The RSI is a lagging indicator. People that are using it for divergence, you're missing it, man. You're missing the point, 100%. Now, I'm not saying this isn't going to show. This won't show any div, but I've used it before. Let me look at it. Let me move it up here by the returns oscillator. And I'm going to change the length so there's no tomfoolery going on because I use the low length right here. I'll show you. 7 length. Right? Let's go to the RSI. I'm sure it's on a 14 or a 15 stock. What is it? 14. Let's flip it to a 7. Here's a moment of truth, RSI. You got any bull div? No, none at all. Look at all the higher lows, right? Look at all the higher lows. And now it's on top of the zero mean. Look at the RSI, right? And so pre-market, now RSI is going to be like, but wait guys, look, RSI crossed the moving average. Time to get in. Yeah, knock yourself out, man. Knock yourself out. But it's what you don't realize, man. I'll tell you what, that div's almost gone too. I was going to say this thing's probably setting up some hidden div. It's really close, but look what you did on the 15. You just reacquired the wave trend. You need to get it going. I'm telling you right now, these bears push this thing back down. This thing will dump out. You see here, but this is just a point I'm making with the RSI, right? You're not going to see it, man. This is the 15-minute. Let's see on any of these time frames. Oh, there we go. Let's see here. There was that move. Yep, there's a little div right there, which was already on the returns oscillator. Let me see. But on this local move on the 33, nothing. Where there's a little bit right here and going all the way back. Yes, where there. Look, I mean, this is a lower low right here. Interesting. But yeah, that's enough for the RSI. I'm just showing you, man. It's a lagging indicator. It's not going to show you the real div. Because what is the real divergence? It's between price action and returns, not price action and the relative strength index. What is it? What is it? The relative strength. I mean, come on, man. I can't believe there's a lot of smart people out there. I hope that you're listening to this and it makes sense to you. Yeah. Why am I using that? Why am I using Stokes for div? Why am I using the MACD for div? All that stuff lags. It's no good. It's no good for divergence. It never was. Never was. Let's see. Now here on the 33, it is setting up some hidden. All right, setting up hidden bear. Setting up some hidden bear. Let me see here. Boom. What's Dixie doing? Right? We know how we play this game. Oh, Dixie's finding strength, man. Dixie's finding strength. Let's see. Right. Look, Dixie finally made it back to the weekly range. When was the last time? Let me see here. Yep, there it was, right? First day, dropped right back down through. Now, it's reacquiring it right now. Let's see, stretch this out a little bit. Yep, busting through the bottom side of it right now. I'm telling you, man, if this happens, if Dixie gets above here, starts closing 15-minute candles up on the top side of this thing could run. And if it does, look at gold right now. Look at gold. Gold's dumping out. I woke up, gold was like at 2K. Gold was literally at 2K. And then Dixie finds strength. Look at the gold candle. Whoop. Yeah. Apparently, gold's a risky asset. Yeah, it is. It's very volatile too. That thing dropped what, 25 points? 25 points in an hour? Sorry, Peter Schiff. Sorry, Peter Schiff. Meanwhile, Bitcoin's been hanging in there, just liquidating people. That's all this is. We're getting wicks down into, there's the daily range on Bitcoin. All right, we're getting wicks down to the bottom side of the 68.3 Laplace. Oh, wait a minute. No, it's the top side of the 68.3 Laplace. You know, Bitcoin's been up here bumping around the first standard deviation to the top side. To the top side. Now, where is, let's see here. Where is BTC's top of the weekly? God, is it right there? That'll be funny, man. Nope, there it is up there. 31.7. I believe that's the top. There might be another. No, there is another, man. It's pretty high. Pretty freaking high. What is that, 33? Nice. 33K, huh? So 33K is the top of BTC's weekly range. And we know, like last week, remember how quick it got up there? And that was another reason why we were calling the top and stuff. Oh, if people only had these indicators. We're going to start a revolution, man. I guarantee you, there's a lot of algos out there who don't want this. They don't want everybody trading the VEPS, guarantee it. And I'll be honest, I don't want everybody trading them. I like people being on the other side of my trade. There is an endless supply of liquidity for entries and exits for somebody that uses this information. And you can feel confident when you're dropping into that shark tank with those algos down there scalping. And that's another thing. You'll hear these YouTubers talk about don't trade the low time frame volatility of Bitcoin. You'll get wrecked. Of course you will. It's the only truth they tell. We're volatility traders, though. We thrive on the volatility. That's what we are looking for. That's why it's a total different narrative over here, right? I say green, they say red. I say red, they say green. It's just the way it works. And we are very high probability of the time right? And it's not like we have some crystal ball. We just learn how to read the VEPS and we understand what's going on in the distribution. We know where these volatility levels are. We know where these ranges are at. We know where to take profits because we know the algos are going to run the distribution. It's a no-brainer. Once you start using these indicators and you start seeing the moves and you're seeing the distribution levels hitting, it doesn't take long before you're like, God, where's this been? Where's this been my whole life? Actual information you can use. And if you understand the probabilities and the percentages of those probabilities, what are you going to go with? You're going to go with the probabilities. Are you going to go against a 95.4% probability and go with a 4.6% probability? I'm not. I'm going to take my profit. When it hits that level, that's one of the levels where I am taking profits, and I'm talking on the 4 hour especially. If I'm scalping intraday volatility, and you're nowhere near maybe a first standard deviation on the daily or the 95.4 Laplace on the daily, I'm looking at 4 hour levels to take profit. That's what I'm looking for because you're not greedy. And there's a ton of trades to be had. Ton of trades. And now let me get back over here on SPY. And now, because I was rambling on, ask that question again, Head SPY, now that I'm fully paying attention.
Okay, on the VRE,
Mm-hmm.
I think the VRE chart.
Yep.
I wanted to kind of go back a couple days and just kind of take yourself back,
okay,
say 2 days on that chart, and just look through it because I'm just trying to relate all of it, and I can see the levels, I can see the flow, but like right now, you're going to look at it and you're going to see top and bottom, and you've stated them almost every day.
Mm-hmm.
These probabilities. And from the other day, what made the difference? I'm just trying to look at what made the difference when it was up here, say 3 days ago, and it had a real narrow, band, and you made the call because a week ago we were real strong, right? Mm-hmm. And then this thing weakened. Mm-hmm. But on this VRE, what's are you just looking at probabilities to the top side and to the bottom side? Or I know you have to tie all this together, but when you're making those calls, like if, making a call today, whatever, you're looking at it, you're just saying what it is, what you see.
Right.
There's no, so I'm just looking back a couple of days trying to kind of relate to what occurred. And it looked like it just bounced off within a short band on these, it looks like the weekly. I'm still trying to relate all that, by the way.
Right. So here was the beginning of the week.
And then it just broke down.
Right. Well, it was plainly, we had a tight weekly range. Right. And I was saying, like, day one, I was like, look at all these wicks into the top side. Look at all these wicks into the top side of this weekly range. I mean, this is a firm example of these algos, they're sitting right here. Do not pass go. So they're going to send this price action down. And this is what I was looking for. So when you get this pre-market move, you get a higher high here. Right at the top was on the 15-minute. Where is that move at? It was right here. And yes, this little point right here. There was the bear div. Damn, there was even a little bit on the Fisher. On the Z-score. Yes, Z-score as well. Z-score as well. There was definitely some div. So yeah, there was divergence at the top. But when I see these wicks going in the top side of that weekly volatility range and it's tight, look at this thing. It drops where? It goes right down through the daily, right? Even though, I mean, this thing moved up right through the daily range. This did not have to be retested, but it rejected off the top side of the weekly, comes down to the first support level on the daily. And what is it? That's a 4-hour first standard deviation. So you get a wick down through the first support level on the daily, but it pulls back up and not one candle closed below that first standard deviation. All right. So during that 4-hour candle right here, during this 4-hour candle, there was a 68.3% chance this data set was not going to close below that level. And not only did it not close below it, it launched off of it and went right back to the weekly range. Rejected off the bottom right there. Right, first you get a pullback from the new 4-hour 68.3 Laplace, that little white line. Get a little pullback. Then you send a wick up to the bottom of the weekly, pulls back to the center of the daily, and then at the end of the day, what do the bulls do? They run it up to the center of the weekly, and they know it's going to be above the new daily volatility range. But hello, sneaky bears. Look, you already had trouble. You already had trouble with the weekly over here. Right? You didn't close above the center of the weekly right here. So then you open up the new day, bears push it right down below the new daily, pre-market, literally right below the first support level that is going to flip resistance immediately. And so what does it do? Then it drops right to the first standard deviation and the first support level on the weekly volatility range. You do not, on this 4-hour candle, right? On this first 4-hour candle, 95.4% Laplace distribution range. You got a wick down to the 2SD, but it pulls back up and you do not close below on that 4-hour. You get a quick little pump back, literally no man's land. There's nothing right here, right? There's nothing right here. But boom, it just flushes out. Where to? We were talking about it that day too. I was like, probability that we see this data set close down here by the 95.4 Laplace, second standard deviation, and it did. It did that 100%. Now here we are yesterday, right? You open up, immediately you reject off of that level, right? So this weekly support level, right? This is the second now. And you can see it tried to get back up above. Those will flip resistance so fast. Look, wick, wick. Look at all these wicks. Wick, wick, wick. Got a wick above it. Another wick right to it. Wick right to it. You come down here. This is the bottom side of the daily 68.3 Laplace. What did this thing do? It just ran the 68.3 Laplace. The algos literally dumped it to it, ran it right to the top of the 68.3 Laplace and the center of the daily range, rejected it right back down. And this is yesterday. I was like, SPY found its bottom for the week. Why am I confident in saying that? Because it's a third support level. 1, 2, 3. Now, to the top side, resistance. Where are you? Oh, come on. There we go. There it is. Where's it at? Let me scale this. Where are you? 1, 2. Oh, yeah, it's up here. So today, this is up by the 99.7 Laplace, right? 99.7 Laplace distribution range. Or that was yesterday. My bad. No, it is right here. There's a 99.7 Laplace today. Yesterday, it was at the top of the weekly range. Not today. Dropped down a little bit. Dropped down a little bit. That's a hell of a move. Do I think this thing's going to run up there? Nah, not today. Not today. But I'm telling you, the bottom was in. The bottom was in for the week. What's today? Thursday. So we got all day today. Man, this talk about lagging. My drag and drop's lagging. There we go. No, and this doesn't usually. It's just when I start streaming on TradingView, using TradingView, using the indicators. Things get tight. Won't move for me quickly. So SPY reacquired the second level now, right? Found the bottom at the bottom of the volatility range. Now pre-market gapped up through the daily, doesn't need to be tested. Finding support on, look where it bounced from. That's the first resistance level on the daily. So you immediately gap up above it, right? Tries to pull back down, pulls up, finds support. And now this 15-minute candle is running to where? Here's a first standard deviation. But you got to realize, first, that's the second standard deviation on this 4-hour candle right here. Here was the first down here, all right? And there was the 68.3 Laplace, these little white lines. Then you got first standard deviation normal on the 4-hour, second standard deviation normal on the 4-hour. So during this 4-hour candle, it's got 3.5 hours left. There is a 95.4% chance that this data set is going to close above like 408 during this 4-hour candle. But like I said before, there's a 4.6% chance it can. But then you got the daily first standard deviation right above it. The third standard deviation, the 99.7% probability level when it comes to normal distribution, is right up here by that first support level on the weekly that's going to flip as resistance. So if this data set during this 4-hour candle wants to climb up to here, there's such a low probability it's going to go above here. All right. So there's a 95.4% chance it's not going to, this 4-hour candle is going to close above 408, and 99.7% chance it's not going to close above almost 410, 409.85. This is how we use the probabilities and the volatility ranges. I'm looking every day. How are these lining up? Right? How are these lining up? The daily volatility range with all the resistance levels to the top side, all the support levels to the downside. How tight is that entire range? And I'm telling you right now, when you see one that's inside the 1SDs, look out, man. Look out. You're gonna have some fireworks. You're gonna have some fireworks. And when I say that, what am I talking about? I'm talking about both sides are gonna get jacked up, because usually you're gonna explode probably to the top side of the daily volatility range. That's right around the daily 1SD, and probably then rip right back down to the downside. That's the kind of stuff that wrecks people. You do these first standard deviation woohoos. Yeah, man. Why? If people just leverage is ruined, people wonder why we have these massive volatility swings. It's because people are using leverage. And these algos, these exchanges, they're taking advantage of people. They're literally running scripts telling them, hey man, okay, here's all the traders that are trading on our exchange. This is the percentage are using this much leverage and this much leverage. Look where they're all putting in stop losses. You guys see this? I mean, this is ridiculous. I've talked to people before and they're like, you're crazy. They don't trade against us. I'm like, wow. Okay. Continue on. You're obviously not getting it. Continue to get liquidated and not think these exchanges are trading against you. And that putting stop losses in the system is a good idea. Putting take profits in the system is a good idea. You're showing your whole cards. You're literally using leverage and gambling. You're walking into the poker room, right? You're playing against a bunch of players. You have no idea what the hell they're doing. Maybe it's your first time in the room. And you are literally, think of the handicap when everybody can see your whole cards. You can't see any of their whole cards. They can see yours. You're going to make any money? No, you're going to get jacked. You're going to lose all your money real fast. That's exactly what putting stop losses and take profit in the system is doing. People are like, well, how are you?
I've actually come to the point where I don't even need that with this information.
Yeah.
I don't need any of that.
Yep. Then
just focus on the information. Once you're in a position, just refocus, go back to your information, go through all the data points, and it'll tell you the story. I mean, it's right in front of you.
Yeah.
It's pretty amazing that you don't have everything falls out in front of you. You don't have to. I mean, you don't have to. I say draw lines and all of that.
Right.
I'll tell you, that alone is worth this.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. Let me tell you, that alone is worth this.
Yeah. And it's
drawing lines.
Good to
ridiculous.
Yeah, and it gets to the point where now it's all about just taking your profits, because you're getting good entries using this information, and it's every once in a while you're going to have to limit a loss. We know how volatility is. If a trade turns against me, I'm just going to get out, because I know that there's going to be a high probability of the time that I'm going to be just taking profits. That's what it's all about. And people are still using stop losses in the system, and they think it's a good idea. And these people will tell me, well, how do you manage risk if you don't put in a stop loss? Like, well, number one, I'm not swing trading. Number two, I'm trading intraday volatility. And number three, the stop loss is in my head. I'm monitoring my positions. I might be working on something, doing other things, but if I'm trading, I'm sitting in front of the monitors. I'm watching the data set. I'm making sure. I'm looking where my take profit is. And say right now I'm on SPY and this thing's getting ready to run to the 1SD. I'm looking at the volatility. I'm low time frames. I'm looking at the entropy. If entropy drops into trend, while the move is happening and volatility is expanding and it's positively correlated, volatility and trend through the entropy indicator literally is telling you, okay, now I'm going to put in my take profit. Right now I'm going to put in my take profit. That's when I do it. Stop losses, I never put in the system. I just go in, and if something gets away from me, I might really quick try to put in a limit order, get a little, just, how candles are. Look at all these candles. Most of the time, if you're trying to exit a position, you're going to be able to do it with a limit order. But if you don't get it on the first try, just market the hell out of it before something like this happens, right? Just market out of it. That's all you got to do. All you got to do. So that's the key in to managing risk. And then but it goes farther than that, right? You got to, if you're going through, because this is a lot of work. And this is what most people these days, especially the younger generation, they don't want to put in any work. They don't want to do anything, right? Oh, equality, everything. Can we please start using a sliding scale, right? And this is what they're doing in schools. It's driving me absolutely insane. I got a really smart nephew. They're dumbing him down, so the dumb kids look smart. No wonder this country's so jacked up, right? Oh my God. I don't want to go out ranting on that, but it is ridiculous. All this stuff is. So, you get these runs, you got to take your profit. You got to take your profit, and you got to stop. You got to stop putting stop losses in the system. You got to when you're over leveraged, your liquidation point is just chasing you. That's what a lot of these traders, when they're adding on, as a data set is moving to the top or the bottom, and they're just adding leverage, adding on to the position, thinking they're going to make a fortune. A lot of them don't realize that liquidation point has snuck up so close to their end, to where the data set is. You're done. It's going to barely take a move. If you're 50x leverage, dude, one quick 15-minute candle pullback, few $100 on Bitcoin, you're probably going to get liquidated. And this is what happens. And then then that just starts it, right? That starts the liquidation machine. It's like throwing gas on a fire, because what's happening? What's happening when you're getting liquidated, right? It's like market sells. It's just throwing fuel on the fire. And this is what happened yesterday. Just incredible with Bitcoin. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Tons of liquidations. Let me see something. Application error. What's your problem? There we go. See if these longs and shorts. Now look.
Probably was done on purpose too.
Look at this. Now it flipped back. All right. You just saw there was a bunch of longs. And what the hell is BTC doing right now? Let me see. But yeah, I hope that explained it kind of. And it'll once you understand like what's happening with the volatility ranges, 4 hour and daily, and the volatility ranges, daily, weekly, monthly, and then the distribution levels, 4 hour and daily, becomes a really powerful tool. Really powerful tool. You're already seeing it. It's just watching it more. That's all it is. Let me see something real quick here. Yeah, BTC popped back up to the 1 SD. You can see how these little moves, the longs and shorts are just going now. It was just a minute ago, it was like 63% shorts, right? Now it's 58% longs. This thing's just flying back and forth. And Bitfinex, they're nasty. It's always a lot more. 75.993% longs compared to shorts on Bitfinex right now. Wee! Or should I say, ree! Today, right? 33.5 million in short liquidations, 33.4 in longs. They don't care, man. They gonna grab you from both sides and just hammer your ass. Just insanity. And these are the days you gotta love. Because most of the times when you're getting liquidations, it's not going to be to both sides. Those are the fun days when you see a day like yesterday, day like this back here. Most of the time, look, bunch of short liquidations, right? Not as many longs. Bunch of long liquidations over here. Hardly any shorts. It's that intraday volatility just crushed people yesterday. And so what's that telling you? Man, they're clearing out both sides. Clearing out both sides. For what? Probably a massive move. Probably a massive move in Bitcoin. We're not, because yeah, right. We know how this works. They don't want the peasants making any money. They're going to liquidate both sides and then run it to the top or bottom. Whatever is happening. Now the dollar's coming back down. Off where? First standard deviation and a resistance level. Let me see here. Let's scale this down in here. Oh no, that's the bottom of the weekly. What am I talking about? Jesus. Yeah, so you got the dollar rejecting once again off of the weekly range. And today it was at the first standard deviation. So, the probabilities of that happen, well, you've got a 68.3% chance the daily Dixie candle doesn't close above like 101.8. And it rejected off there. Look at all another wick. You're not closing candles. You barely close this one inside the weekly range. Barely closed it above the 1 SD, then immediately back down. Let me see here. And there's gold. All right, dollar shows weakness, gold starts pumping. Bitcoin starts pumping. Bitcoin, though, right, we're sitting here at the 1 SD. Where's the 95 for Laplace? 29.5, yep, 29.5, probably 30K up here, yep. Almost 29,750 at the second standard deviation. Then you got this first resistance level on the weekly. First resistance level on this new weekly range at about 29,670. Interesting indeed. Let's go over here. Yeah, here we go. On the 15-minute on SPY, you're back up above the wave trend. All right. So what is this thing going to run in the 99, 409? Yeah, probably, maybe. Could. But then once again, what's happening? You're outside the power mean band. We know at some point. Ding, 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 ding. And there's all that 15-minute div. All right, to pop this thing pre-market. If you're looking at this, wanting to know what's going to happen pre-market, you're getting into trades. If you're trading pre-market, man, look at it. Dude, the bull div was there. Hardcore going into the end of the day. Just building, and towards the end of the day, you got up above the zero mean. Boom, and it closes right there above with how many points? Did 1, 2, 3, like 4 points of bull dip. And then pre-market, it rockets right back up the wave trend. Let's see this 33 where it's poking its little head at. Come on, you. Like I said, yeah, see, this is so close. There's really no hidden. You got a higher high on the returns oscillator. But man, the data sets, right? Data sets are pretty even. And the 33 is probably coming back up here. Test this wave trend after being, I mean, look, right? From Monday, 33-minute has been below wave trend. Rejected off the power mean band here. And here you go. Thursday, trading day. Probably coming back up to reacquire that. All the fishers are up. But look, the returns oscillator is turning down. Turning down. It's positively correlated. We're gonna have to see how this is. I'm looking for when this 33-minute candle closes. 25 minutes high. What do you want? You want out? Is that what you want? Got eye boogers. Oh my goodness. Let's get you. Got any ticks? Got any ticks, young lady? My cute little dog. This is baby girl. See, we lost her brother not too long ago. It was sad, wasn't it? Yeah. Let me let this dog out. Come on. Go. And she's gone. And she's gone. Okay. So yeah, seeing this hidden right here on the 33, pretty interesting. Let me see here. But look at the 15, right? Returns oscillator turned down. It's negatively correlated right now. Negatively correlated right now. But just like that on the 15, I mean, let me see here. Yeah, I mean, no div. No div. And all the fishers are still up. Starting to actually drop in the trend, right? Random walk back or come out of trend to the downside at the end of the day yesterday. And then pre-market, all randomness. And now it's starting to drop. Still random walk, but it's starting to drop in the trend. Volatility expanded all the way pre-market. I mean, all three reads. So pre-market, say you get in a trade yesterday and you're like, hey man, I'm gonna get a 407. I'm gonna get a 407 or a 408. The volatility indicator is literally telling you to take your profit immediately. All three volatility lengths are expanded at 100%. Volatility grade expanded at 100%. You even got one, you got the lower length APP up here saying, "Ooh, we're a little exhausted." It can still move though. You got these higher lengths to continue this move, and it's positively correlated. You're gonna see expansion probably again to 100%. If this continues to contract, you'll probably see correlation break negative, and this thing can continue to walk up. Continue to walk up. And then you'll probably see a bounce off the zero mean here. If you get a bounce off the zero mean here, right, a lower low from that point, what's that? Hidden bull. Hidden bull, and all the fishers are up. And you reacquired the wave trend. I mean, this thing could definitely be running this 99 log MA on the 15-minute. It's like 409.4. I said could be, right? I mean, if you were looking at these charts, and a decision probably would have been already made. I'm not trading today, but I would have probably been looking at probably a 409 or a 408. I don't know what they were at open, but probably not a bad, not you probably 2x it easily. Let me see what's happening. Everything's just, what is this? Calm before the storm. Is this the calm before the storm? Let me see here. Let me go back. 45 now. Yeah. Now just all this lower time frame bull div playing out to the top side. Now you go to the 45. You've got two volatility reads at 100%. Right? It just depends on what time frame you're looking to take profit at. I'm down here taking profit often. So I'm not going to sit around and wait for like a 45-minute or 90-minute to get back to where it's going. You can get back into positions on low time frames. That's why the div plays down here. They're incredible. Me and Matt were talking about it last night, just about the returns oscillator. You know, I've been using it for a while, but it still just blows your mind how good it is. But look on this 45-minute candle. What's it got? 55 seconds left? Dude, you're outside the 99.7 Laplace. Literally. You're literally outside the 99.7 Laplace distribution range. Now, this is going to, as soon as this closes in 44 seconds, watch what happens to this. Let's just sit here. And we got 35 seconds. Holy shit. Hilarious. I just saw that give. That's a riot. Woo! Holy shit. I mean, how does somebody get to look like that? God. Why would you want to look like that? No thanks. My God. If you guys are in the Alpha Voice chat, you'll see what I'm talking about. Yeah, this thing's running, isn't it? She's a running. I mean, very low probability, this 45-minute candle. I mean, dude, you just broke. That thing had a 0.03% chance to close above that. And the 99.7 Laplace, this is why we use Laplace distribution. Dude, it wrangles. It will literally, it'll put a range around the data set, the volatility of data sets, of assets. And now you're seeing traditional assets exceed these levels. We're using this for crypto. Jesus, you need to be using it everywhere. Everywhere. And the 45 is having this big, beautiful outlier right here. Coming from like, the variance was at almost a 2 read already. Well, this thing's getting up there now, man. You pull this in. Let's pull this in. Yeah. Pretty high. Go higher though, right? You can go higher. There's no doubt about it. It's a beautiful indicator though, when you learn how to read the variance. This is the most simple indicator we have. And it does one thing, right? Not a lot of noise. Color-wise it is, but it all means something. The outside line is all about correlation. The inside line is all about if we're having an outlier or not. When the inside, depending on what color scheme you use, when mine turns from white to pink, pink's telling you, hey, there's an outlier. There's an outlier. There's a fat tail event within the distribution. And you see it every time. You can throw a projection boss on here and see what we're talking about. 90 minute. Where are you, 90 minute? Let's see. Yeah, all these time frames, right? I even said at the beginning of the stream, like Z-score, returns oscillator, all the Fishers are up, bull div everywhere. And you were at the bottom. You were at the bottom of the weekly range. You know, if I were to get into trade yesterday, I definitely would have been buying a call, right? For the 1 day expiration. Did it pay off? It would have. 100%, man. 100%. That's one of those trades where you see all this setting up. You're at the bottom of the range. That's what I continually talk about. SPY's data set. There's the bottom of the weekly range. This was a no-brainer. You're building on that 15-minute. It had a bunch. The whole data set was just building higher lows on the returns oscillator. Lower lows on the data set, higher lows on the returns oscillator. What's that saying? There's an imbalance in the buy and sell pressure to the downside. It's going to kick it right back up. And now, literally about 45 minutes into the new trading day, SPY's data set's already at a 1 SD on the daily. Pretty good. Pretty good. Gap through the daily range, top side of the 68.3, first resistance level. This support level, the second support level on the weekly, just went right through it like butter. But then you've got second resistance level, and fur was in that trade. I would have closed my trade immediately upon market open because of those volatility reads, literally telling you to do that. Did it go up more? Yeah, it did. It did go up more. How much more? About 1.5 points. Yeah, about 1.5 points. But now you're sitting at the 1 SD. Now you're sitting at the 1 SD. Well, what's going to happen now? I don't know. Is the dollar going to get weak? All right, we had this little pump. The dollar's probably not going to get above its weekly. It could, but chances are it's not. It's just weak. Very, very weak. What do we got going? Oh, yeah, and P-Funk called out these 10-year treasury notes. Popped on the GPD. Yeah, no-brainer. No-brainer. And I had sleepy eye when I first saw it. Well, that's another thing, too. Look at the 10 years. Once again, where were the 10 years at? Bottom of the weekly range. I don't care if you're trading freaking baseball cards or whatever you're trading. If you can throw it on these charts and you're at the bottom of the volatility range on the weekly, this is whoop, right back up. And just like SPY, look, the 10-year treasury notes are right back are immediately at the first standard deviation right here. Whoop, the opening of the new day. Pop, 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 right to it. Very interesting indeed. That's why I popped that on my chart.
Yeah, those 407 calls yesterday were 53 cents right at close.
Oh, nice. What are they at now?
For today, $1.80.
Yeah, there you go. P-Funk, it sounds like you got a construction site going on your workstation.
Yeah,
What
let
are you doing?
let me put it on mute. I'm sorry, bro.
It's all
The guys are
good.
putting new gas lines on outside.
Oh,
We're just in the shop or something.
right on. I wonder what was happening. It's like, holy smokies. We like noise here, though. So I was working with it.
Dude, it's so annoying. It's the whole gas line all the way down the street and then into each house.
Oh, great.
You know what I mean? Like all the new lines. So it's like there's probably 100 consumer Edison guys out here.
Right.
On this block. It's crazy.
It happens.
So I apologize.
No, you're good. Yep. You'll be in the corner when we need you. Like you like to say.
Yep, in the corner.
Awesome. Awesome. All right. Now let's go over here on the RMLR. Let's go over here on the RMLR. 4 hour here. I'm going to go to a lower time frame. Like what lower time frame? Like the 33 minute. Let's see some magic. Oh, yeah. There you go. There you go. Oh, Jesus. And I'm going to leave them both up just for this. All right. First, let me see one thing real quick. Which one is the 30? Yeah, there's the 30. Wow. That's incredible. So just look. Here was the move. Here's that move on BTC to the top before we had that party. All right. Woo! Liquidation City. So you're up here. Third standard deviation. Look at that 3 hour candle. Right? All the way up to the 3SD band, volatility band. And then on the next candle, and look, you literally close this 33-minute candle above Laplace normal distribution. You're way outside the distribution there. And then this next candle goes up and rejects off the 1SD, pulls back inside the second, goes sideways, mean reverts. All right? Mean reverts. Starts going sideways. There's the dump. All right, there's the dump. Where to? Third standard deviation band. Even made another run there. Then what happened? You start pumping back up. Mean revert again. Then you get back up. Second standard deviation band. You see how this works? Boop, 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 boop. But why did it stop here? Let me turn off the 7. Let's turn off the 7. Turn on the 30. Ding! So what was happening? On the 30 length, you got up to the third standard deviation band, right? Same data set, same current candle distribution levels. You go sideways. As soon as you close that 33-minute candle below the 30 length, reverse mean of log returns, you dump out below the 3SD band. This is a no-go right here. This is not sustainable. So what happened immediately? Mean reversion. Right back up. Pretty much since then, we had a little pullback. This thing's just going sideways. On top of on top of the 30 length power mean. All right, that's the solid line right here, and it did flip bullish. So there you go on the RMLR. Exactly what happened. Pretty powerful, man. This indicator is just a beaut. It really is. If you're coming in here the first time, you're going to look at this and go, "What the hell am I looking at?" And we're having a data feed error, obviously. Look at this projection, right? It's okay. Sometimes it happens. It's always just a data feed error. It is fine. So yeah, that's crazy, man. Good stuff. That's why we love showing these indicators. It all works out just like the 4 hour. Just like the 4 hour power mean. Me and Matt were talking about this thing. It's going, what don't people see? What don't people see? All this works together so freaking well. Whoops, that's on SPY. But SPY, right? You go down here on the 4 hour, or is the bottom there? It almost got down to that reverse fissure. But now, on the 4 hour, you're back up above the wave trend now. All right, you close this 4 hour candle above here, chances are above, there's the 33 log MA, there's the 9 log MA crossing down. This is a little bit of a magnet, right? I mean, could we make this move today? 411? Let's see what the probabilities are. What is it at 411? We're talking the second. There you go. 95 for Laplace. Yeah, man. 95 for Laplace distribution range. So if this thing wants to make a run up here to the 33 power mean, you've got some confluence there. You do have some confluence. But now you go over here on the Bitcoin with all that volatility. Ton of volatility. This index. Yes. And we already showed it. We're going to show it again. Whew. Big dog's out there raising Cain, man. Yesterday during the stream. All right, look, 0800. All right, started the stream at what, 9 o'clock? There's noon. Right up in here, man. When BTC was pushing to 30K, this is when we were streaming. Right? And I literally said, this ain't going to pull back, close inside the fissure. Did it? Yeah, it did. The chances of you closing outside that, really slim. Even tried to push back above it. And there's where the dump happened. Wick right to the 9 log MA. Pull back up, and then to the bottom of the power mean band. Got a little bit outside of it, but pulled back up hard, right? Right back to the top side. This is where you had, well, say it again, short liquidations, long liquidations, short liquidations. All right, and right here, people are probably getting over leveraged long again. Did they take their profit? Probably not, and they got liquidated. It's a steamroller. It is a steamroller, and it's going to get people. Unfortunately, people don't learn, man. Reset price scale. There we go. People just don't learn. See here on the 5-day. Yeah, I mean, you and all you did on the 5-day, all that is just come back to the top of the power mean band. The 33 crossed up the 99 here. All right. You literally have the wait a minute here. Whoa, no, it's a 9. My bad. 9 crossed up the 33 right here. Little magnet. Whoop, right to it. Got a wick below, but closed right at the cross. And then the 9 now is crossing up the 99. All right. Is that a magnet? Could be. Look where that's at. 26K. 26K. And you're outside the power mean band. So on this high time frame, have we reacquired that? Warning to everybody. This thing could definitely pull back. Yeah, there's just too much going on. And I talk about these crosses all the time. Different crosses. Log MAs with wave trends and fissures. These are real crosses. You can take your lagging indicator, golden cross, and death cross, and all that whack crap. Knock yourself out if that's what you want to use. We're not into lagging indicators here, man. We are not into them. No, sir. Well, hour and a half, huh? Let me sweep through here. See what's going on. Let me take one more peek here. What's the dollar doing? It's final support, huh? Which it would. You're above the 68.3 Laplace, right? Made a run back to it. But you got to remember this weekly range for standard deviation. I mean, the probability is it's not going to close the daily above this area. Let's see here. In just traditional markets, there's all kinds of earnings plays going on and stuff. Amazon up 3.5%, right? Didn't it have earnings? Or it's having earnings? Is it today at close? Something like that. Who is popping? Oh, Southwest Airlines down 5.7%. There's Meta. Meta's up 14.2%, huh? Okay. Let's go look at Meta. Let's look at little Meta. Meta. Zuckbucks. Where are you at? You little shit? I think that guy's a robot or an alien. One or the other. That's a 3-day. Give me a daily first. Look at that gap up. Yeah, had earnings. Meta had earnings. That's right. Yep, up 3.5%. Surprise! All right, having a big outlier too. All the fissures are up. Let me see here. Yeah, you're outside the power mean band. Daily. Let's go to a 4-hour. Yeah, outside the power mean band. Retest the wave trend. Pre-market pop. Hey, if you're in Meta, earnings play, you haven't taken your profit, look at the volatility. This on the 4-hour. Hell, this on the 4-hour. I'm afraid to even look what it looks like on lower time frames. Take your profits. Take your profits, man. Please. This isn't sustainable.
Hey, speaking of earnings play, can you run Amazon?
Yep. Let's see. Whoops, just passed it.
Reports tonight.
Well, we already had the wave trend test a couple of times. It bounced off the 33 log MA here, though. Let me see. Let me blow this up. Starting to drop in the trend on the daily. Yeah, these are tough, man. I mean, you're outside the power mean band. You're outside, but when you're taking earnings into effect, we know how this works, man. We know how this works. That's why you did. This is where the real workflow comes in. You're looking what's happening here. I'll tell you what's not happening is any bear div. No bear div there. About the 90. It's setting up. It's setting up. Look, there's no correlation to the topside move either. You got that. You got a nice bounce here. Got a nice bounce off the zero mean off of hidden bull. All right. Lower low right here. You can blow it up and see it all day. Poof. Poof. And that is, you can use points like this, or especially right around the zero mean. Or like I've said before, you're getting across to the zero mean right here. You can use this as points of divergence, especially when you get a little crook right here like that, because this is a lower low. And you blow it up, you can see it plain as day. All right, it's quite a ways away from this cross. But right, you're setting up a lower high right here, and obviously you got a higher high on the data set, and you're outside the power mean band. But it's just setting up. There's nothing to it right now. Well, and that 45, man, that thing pulled back, didn't it? Pumped right back up. Setting up bear div. Setting up bear div. It is indeed, and it's positively correlated, but all the fishers are up. Look, though, the trend is down at the second SD band. Volatility never fully expanded. At least the 525 didn't. The 2400 is just up here hanging. Just up here hanging. So this will be interesting on the 45. You see this volatility expand and the correlation break negative. Let me look here real quick. 981's contracting. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. Yeah, one of these days I'll become a good trader. Let me see. Yeah. Okay, it's saying up. So 981's, and it's positively correlated. That stays at 100%. Yeah, man. I mean, this thing's got some juju. Time frame's this? 45. Yeah, I mean, all the volatility saying up. Jesus, look at that. I mean, from the point back here, there's definitely bear div setting up, but you're trending. And look here on the 33, you're not even close to these volatility bands. Yeah, this actually, here's what we really need to do. Let's see where we're at. Gold, take a back seat for a second. We're moving on to Zuck Bucks. Oh, wait a minute. What the hell am I looking at? I'm looking at Amazon, aren't I? My bad, dude. Golly. I went from Meta to freaking, give me a second here. I'm laughing at myself. So I need Amazon up on here, not Meta. I'm sure you're going, what the fuck, man? Hey, we're talking about Amazon. Oh, yeah, that's right. Let's give it its own stage. How about that? Come on, Amazon. Where are you? Where are you? Where are you? Where are you? There you are. Wow. Oh, you're above the weekly too, man. Above the weekly. Look what this thing did yesterday, man. It just ranged in between what? 95.4. This thing pre-market yesterday gapped up above the 1SD, rejected off the 95.4 Laplace, bounced off the 1SD, rejected off the 95.4 Laplace, and closed right at the top side first standard deviation. But there'll be people out there that say we don't know what we're talking about when it comes to the distribution. They'll come into the chat every once in a while, which I haven't seen Goofy in a while. I'm sure the Trading View mod let him know to just stop harassing us. What are you doing? We're the only one literally probably giving good information out of any of these streams. You're in here clowning us. Get out of here. So, you don't think the algos are running the distribution? Come on, man. Using Laplace and normal? Yeah, they are. And all that right around this weekly range. Then you close right there. This thing gapped up this morning right through the daily. Right through the daily. And did it again. 1 SD. It's almost at the 95.4 Laplace right now. Let this dog in. Come on, girl. Boy, you're high maintenance today, young lady. Or old lady. Huh. This old girl's 12. Come here. Let's show. Yeah, come here. Are you 12 years old? In July? You are, aren't you? Quick tick check. Tick check. She's looking good. Tick season's here. I know, you're such a good dog. She's in great shape for 12, too. We were playing ball yesterday. So right now, Amazon, man, it's getting ready to hit this 95.4. And remember, usually first moves like, it was, what's a projection? Any news? It's not even going to populate. There it goes. Interesting. Why are we having meta news on Amazon headlines? We don't care about meta. We're talking Amazon, you junkies. Yeah, this is tricky, man, because these weekly ranges are magnets too, right? Let's continue down through here. So 33. Actually, what's this look like on the 5-day, man? Trend up, huh? Are we trending? Man, it's trying. Look at the volatility starting to expand. 981 is totally crashed. Positively correlated 525. That 2400 is contracting on the 5-day. Is it negatively correlated? And if you're listening for the first time, you're watching this stream, just keep watching. Just get the lingo down. Then come into the Discord. Once you get the lingo down, we actually have some free volatility indicators we can lay on you first before, if you want to check out our free trial, 2-week free trial of what you're seeing here, what I'm showing every day, these indicators. But listen, you don't want to just come straight into the Discord and be like, hey, can I get the 2-week free trial? Because you're just going to be like, your eyes are going to roll in the back of your head. Most people don't come in and ask questions. This is the thing, man. If you're coming to the Discord to get these indicators, you need to realize how friendly we are and how much we want to help you learn. We don't teach, or we do not charge for education. In the Discord, I mean, every time I look at all the channels and go, man, we need to get rid of some of these channels. It's just, dude, we got so much information. I mean, we purged as much as we can. You come in the Discord and you're just going to scroll through all these channels. Just start working down through everything. Just read everything. Get the lingo down. Like I said, start watching some streams. Get the free chart. Learn about the volatility, expansion, and contraction. Then jump into the free trial. Once you kind of have been listening for a while, you know what we're dealing with. Probabilities, statistics, entropy, right? This volatility, that's what we're working with. And so 2400 contracting, negatively correlated. That's walking up. 981 is fully contracted. And it could be possibly, because it was contracting, negatively correlated. Now when it's low, it's flipped. This could be ebb and flowing right into a pump. Let me see. Notice something? Where's it at right now on the 5-day? Outside the power mean band. You literally run for a test here, right? Got a wick almost to it. Well, you're there now. On the 5-day, Amazon, you're at the reverse wave trend. Reverse wave trends to the top side. This is what makes it like an earning play like this tough, man. Because you're going to look at this and be like, that looks like that's going to be a pretty solid rejection. But then you got the 99 log MA up here, man. Right? You got the reverse Fisher at 154. We know how these earning plays move. And if it's big, who knows? On this 5-day, this thing could pump to 122 or something. But this is what I'm telling you. When you see an earnings play like this, and if it is to the top side, and you made the right call, for God's sakes, people, take your profit, man. That's what these earnings plays are all about. You're not getting into a long-term position. You're trying to nail the earnings play and take the profit. right? Because you get up here, Amazon gets this far out, dude, we know what's going to happen. You're probably looking at a top. You're probably looking at a top. If it does, if this thing moves to the top side, take your profit immediately. Right? If it move, and now if the earnings play, right, you get it to the downside, then you got the bottom of the power mean band on the 5-day down here at about 89. I mean, that's 20 points. All right. And from right now, we're talking that's about 12 points to there, hell, 40 to the Fisher. There's a lot of stuff going on. A lot of stuff going on. Then you got the daily, right, out the top side. From what I remember, we just looked at it, but yeah, man. I mean, dude, this is what's tough about these earnings plays, though. Yep, see you, Matt. You didn't even say a word. Come in and say hi.
Ah, hi.
Hi.
Yeah, freaking phone calls and Foot Lockers.
Oh, it's all good. Go get him. Go get him.
Yeah. Go get them. Yeah, I got to travel, so.
All right, brother.
Awesome info as usual.
Yeah, man.
Good job, Scott. You're always killing it, man.
Thank you, brother. Thank you, brother.
Yep.
I'll probably be talking to you later.
Boys.
See you. All right, let's see here. What time is it? 10:41. Yeah, so Amazon, man. I mean, even you look over here on the VRE, I mean, you're crossing the 95.4 Laplace on the daily. This is, you're almost to a point here where now you're moving up towards the second standard deviation normal distribution. First resistance level on the weekly. Yeah. Yeah, man. And if you looked at the Microsoft move, Microsoft and Google. Where are you at, Google? Hello? Hello? I even said, usually the first move is going to be the fake out. Now look at it. Now look at it. So people that took the, here was the earnings, right? Quick, right to that 1SD. Man, if you didn't take your profit to the top side, look, man, people took profits. These are the out-taken profits on that earnings play. But look what happened. You come down here and acquire the first support level on the weekly. Look at these wicks, man. Look at the wicks into the center of the weekly here. Woof, woof, woof. That's like a shot across the bow. The bears are hammering this volatility range. They're probably going to win out. And then these rejections right here, you know, and then you acquire the first support level. So I said, Google to the top side. That's where I saw Google going. It's playing out. It played out immediately, but profits were taken. Smart people took profits. Hell, you were even at the first standard deviation on the daily after that earnings. So, woo! Oh, they took a bunch of profits, but then the bulls are down here waiting. All right, let's run it. We had great earnings. I said Google up. All right. If you took your profit, you were a winner. Look at Microsoft. Let's see. I didn't look at it. Again, it's probably, yeah, man. But that was definitely a bad call. Microsoft looked bearish. Microsoft looked bearish to me. It really did. Look at the earnings. Woohoo! Right to the top side. And look, on that, oh my God, I didn't notice that. Holy crap, man. Did that thing run all the way to the fourth standard deviation? And the top of the weekly range? Do you see what Microsoft? This isn't sustainable. You're outside the top of the weekly volatility range. Here's the weekly. First, second, third resistance level. And now you're at a monthly resistance level. Which one? First. Here's the top of the monthly right here. That is the first monthly resistance level. Microsoft's about done here. Microsoft's about done. Probably going to close. You're going to see Microsoft close the weekly here tomorrow, about 4:30. Going to probably close back up inside 300. Just not sustainable. And yesterday, guys, that's a fourth standard deviation. That's a 0.9999% level. Did it reject there? Yeah, man, it sure did. But then it found support. It found support on this resistance level and kicked it up. Tight daily range. Kicked it right up to this first monthly resistance level above the top of the weekly range. This is not sustainable. So let's look at Microsoft over here on the RMLR. Where are you? Where are you? Where are you? Where are you? There you are. Come on, 33? No, let's go to 4 hour. See what this thing's doing. Jesus. Let me scale this down a little bit. I mean, what happened, right? What happened? You're down here by the 2SD band. Pre-market, this thing mean reverted. Boop! Right to it. Look at this current candle, 4 hour, right? 95 for Laplace. That's what we were just showing. Let me see here. 4 hour candle. There it is right there. The little white line that's at the first monthly resistance level. That's a 95 for Laplace on that 4 hour candle. Whoops, where am I? On this 4 hour candle. That's the pink dot right there. Got to wick right to it. And now that you know, that's like the first monthly resistance level, and you're outside the weekly range. Am I looking at this as a top for that earnings? Yeah, I am. If you haven't freaking taken profit, I highly recommend. It's not financial advice by any means. Profit's profit. Why haven't you taken it? You trying to lose it all? Because you will. You will indeed. What do I have on here? The 7. Let me see where the 30's at. Oh, no, that's a 30. Let's see where the 7 is. When you're getting an intersection right here. So even on the 7, right, you were down here by the 2SD band. Pre-market right up to the 2SD. This thing's going to mean revert. I know we're having an intersection here. I don't trust it, though. Why? Because you're above the weekly range. You're above the weekly range. I'm not saying it's going to mean revert right now, but this is definitely a high. High on the weekly. Could go higher, but it's by the close tomorrow, 4 p.m., 4:30 in that area. You're going to get this move. Back down inside what? 300. You're only at 302.5. I mean, it's not too much of a pullback, right? Turn on the 30 up here. Yeah, let's do this. There we go. Oh, yeah, there was the intersection right there on the 30. Boy, pre-market, it just flew. It just flew. I bet the top side of this, 294, interesting. I wouldn't be a bit surprised to see people that didn't take their profits get absolutely nuked right here on Microsoft. If you're out there listening, you're in a Microsoft trade, I would be, right? So, yeah, that would have been a loss. That would have been a loss. Google played out the way I thought. But when Google got to that area, right, we showed it. Man, people took profit. People took profit. And that thing got slammed down. But now, whoop, right back up. Right back up. Yeah, we're about to wrap this up. Let me just scroll through here. Yeah, Meta, man. Meta. Meta's already up 14%. That could be the fake out, man. I'm telling you. Let me see. 688. It's SoFi, huh? Let me check here on crypto real quick. Let me wrap this sucker up. CMEs are up 4.8%. Interesting. 29,240. 29,240 for the CMEs. About out of coffee. Let me scroll down through here. Oh, bonk, you're getting wrecked. 22%, huh? Good for you. You little meme shitcoin. What's Doge doing? Up 1.11%. What a great number. 1111. Code. All right.
Hey, before you leave today, can you run SPY again?
Let me see. Come on. There you are. Let's get SPY a little. Well, I mean, you're definitely rejecting off first standard deviation right now. Like I said, right, we were at the bottom of the range, but now that you're at the daily 1SD, I mean, this was already, if you're in calls in the morning, obviously profit taken. Let me see here. Let's see what's happening going sideways. Let's start at a 90-minute. Move this over. There we go. And not setting up any local div, man. I mean, you're setting up some hidden from back here. That being said, so you're getting back up above the 99 log MA. That's a feat in itself. You got the 9 log MA. You're almost at it right now. And you got the wave trend right here. And it's setting up hidden there from the top of the data set up here when you were you're just bouncing off the wave trend. You got above the 33, but yeah, then it just dumped out pre-market. Did this run to the downside. Yeah, on the 45, no div at all. No div. What about the 33? Setting up any hidden? Nope. But the returns oscillator is down, and it's positively correlated. The predictor is still at the top side. And volatility on the low length, it's contracting, and it's positively correlated. So that's going to stay down. I mean, I would say right out of the gate, I mean, look at the 33. What did it do? It just went back up, did what it's supposed to do. Right? You dump outside the power mean band. You just reacquired it. Just reacquired the wave trend. Like if I were just to throw something out into the air right now, let me see, 405. So let me see something. I mean, you got center of the range, bottom of the range, right around 405. Right around 405. You did reacquire this support level. It could be support again. But if I were looking for an afternoon sesh here, I would probably be looking at the downside, to be honest. Maybe like a 406. What's that? 60 top side of the 68.3 plus. I mean, that's safe. Thing is, we gapped up through the daily range, right? But man, these things, they are magnets. Especially if you can't close a 15-minute candle above the 1 SD. I mean, the probabilities for the daily, 68.3% chance it doesn't. But we're what? 5 hours from that close. I mean, this thing could do anything. Let me see here. One more time. Low time frame. Give me a 15-minute.
Yeah, look at the 15-minute.
Yeah, well, definitely. I mean, definitely. Here's the cross, right? Here's the cross. Here's the top. When it crossed down, I mean, pretty much, boy, it tried to come back, but you can use that cross as a point of div. So there's definitely some bear div. You got one fisher down. Look at the predictor. Predictor flipped. As that trend to the top side got down near that second there, just went back up bullish. But yeah, it's on the struggle bus right now. It's flipping back and forth. You can see on this current candle on the 15, it's trying to hang in the 68.3 Laplace. What is, let's see, what do you got? 407. What's the bottom? 406. Yeah. And you're contracting. It was going sideways because, I mean, you were negatively correlated right here. Right. So that literally saying walk up, and it did. You literally got a wick outside the top of the 68.3 Laplace. But then, boom, correlation broke, and it's contracting harder now. Yeah, I can see probably how much time's left in this candle. 6 minutes, maybe next candle. But look, you're in no man's land. You're in the 15. What's this wave trend at? 407. What about the 33? Down here at 405. Here's pretty much like right in the daily range. Right here, and it's right in between the 9 and 33 log MA. You got the 33 power mean right dab nab in between them. But does it kick up off the wave trend at 407? Hell, the 407 might be the call, or it might be the put actually. Now that I'm looking at this 15-minute, and that's quick profit, right? I mean, that's a point. What are they right now? What are the 407s?
56.
Man, you get down there, you know what's going to happen. You probably triple that, at least double it. Huh. Yeah, maybe the 407's to play. I am looking at this volatility. It is contracting, positively correlated. That was a sharp break too, man. That was a sharp break. This 15-minute candle closes outside that 68.3. You're probably going to see the next one maybe shoot to the 95.4 that at this point will probably be down around 407. Yeah, hilarious. Hilarious. That's 4 minutes. What time is it? 10:55. Look, we just happen to have 5 minutes. We'll let this play out. But obviously, if I was in that trade, I'd be in it already. There's literally no correlation with the returns oscillator. And it's actually still trending. And it's got ways. I mean, this entropy can turn down and stay. The predictor could stay to the downside and you can continue a trend. Trended to the top and then might trend to the bottom. It's already pushing. It's already pushing towards that 407 level. And if we go over here, what was that, 15? Let me see here. Let's flip this over on SPY. Where you at, SPY? Let's get you in the groove here on the 15 minute. See how far outside this baby that was. Yeah, man. Yeah. I mean, you're up here above the 2SD. Bam. All right. Pre-market gapped above it. Been riding it. Now you're pulling back inside. What's full mean reversion to this length? 404, 405. But look at the power mean. Right about 406. Just round it up. Right about 406. Do I think it's going to go there? I'd be more comfortable with that 407. Literally about 5 minutes ago when we started looking at it. It's already dropped half a point.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And what's that? What's that put now?
66. It's already up 10 cents.
Yeah, already up a dime. Yep. Already up a dime. That's how we roll on these zero DTEs, pennies and dimes at a time.
That's right.
It's fun.
No magic. Keeps you
young. Hilarious. I'm out of coffee. Let's go back over. I want to watch this. Because it appears it's going to close below here. And if it does, you'll probably see a swift drop right to this wave trend on the next 15-minute candle. Right down to, I mean, right now, what's it at? 407.14. But hell, and then you close a 15-minute candle below there, you could easily see this 33 on the 15, and that is in the weekly, or in the daily range. 405.6. Let's see. Probably top side. Yeah, man. It's right there. 405.8. Could be targeting this daily. But then again, you got this support level. You reacquired it. But this is a magnet down here too. And you got the 68.3 Laplace on the daily. So for SPY to close down in here right now on the daily candle, there's a 68.3% chance this data set's going to close down inside 406. That's why even more. That 407 I think would have been a good call. It's right here at the first resistance level on the weekly or on the daily, which could kick it right back up, especially if it just gets a wick to there and closes the 15-minute back up above this weekly support level. Let's see what happens there. But yeah, the 407 was probably a good call. Probably a real good call. It was up here when we were just talking, and it was literally above 408. It dropped almost.
That's exactly what I was looking at.
Yeah. And the probabilities were dictating it. For sure. But this is the 95.4 Laplace on the 4 hour. We got to remember that. So this 4 hour candle, right, closes, what is it now? Let me see. Yeah, it closes in 2.5 hours. 2.5 hours. So, I mean, it's playing it out. So here's the first standard deviation. By the end of, in 2.5 hours, there's a 68.3% chance SPY's back down 406.2 area. Yep. That's the way it's looking. Let's see if this 15-minute candle that closes literally in 10 seconds. Push it down, bears. Close below it. They're going to try. Come on with this 15-minute candle. It's going to dump below here real quick. So if it does, it's going to run right to these green dots first. And that's what, 407.14? But yeah, that could have been a quick scalp. I mean, especially if you got in that 407 put when you were up here at the 1SD, You rejecting here? Wick, wick, wick. I mean, that you probably could have got that when it was up there at 40 something cents, I would imagine. But I really don't think this is done.
Yeah, it was right around there.
Right. So hell, probably almost by now. Shit, I bet that thing's pushing to 70 cents by now. Maybe 65 something. Let's see.
Yep.
That thing pushes down here to this weekly. Right there. Yeah, you'll probably that would have been probably a 2x, 3x. But yeah, it's 11:01.
Yeah, that call this morning was real nice.
Mm-hmm. Yep, for sure. Good stuff. But yeah, we'll just have to watch it play out. But I know what the probabilities are. Right? We know what the probabilities are on the daily. And here's the top side of the 68.3. Couldn't get by the first standard deviation. But you've got these support levels now for the daily and the weekly volatility range right here. So it would more. That's where you got to go over here and see where the mean reversion's at. Right? That's what I'm saying. The 33 is down at 406. 406. And 406 is right there. I mean, literally right at the top. Wouldn't shock me at all if it closes right around the top side of the 68.3 today. Yep, that's what I'm kind of looking at to keep up. Let me see here. Let's go back over. Let me flip this on to everybody. Whew, this thing is slow right now.
Thanks a lot.
Yep, you're welcome. Let's see. Yeah, BTC, man, just hovering below that 1 SD. It's wanting to pop. It wants to liquidate some shorts. Let's see how they flipped. Where shorts. And if you don't know what website this is, it's CoinGlass. CoinGlass.com. Yeah. The battlefield has leveled. Pretty much 50-50. 49.51. 49.51. Ooh, look at Durbit. Look at Durbit futures. Interesting. A lot of people shorting. But then look at Bitfinex. You're 80-20. You're 80-20. There's some longs to be liquidated here. CoinX. Binance is 60%. All of a sudden, right? BT or on that's overall. Yeah, so overall it's 60-40. Overall it's 60-40. But you got like Kraken. Talk about the release the Kraken. We know all about Kraken wicks. Jesus. Kraken and Bitfinex. These longs are dancing in the fire pit, man. The longs are dancing in the fire pit. You make a move down to the center this week or even this daily, you're probably going to see some of those longs getting liquidated. $600-$700 move. People just use leverage so recklessly. It's crazy. So yeah, hopefully the right people watch this stream today. Realize the wrongdoings with leverage. It's just ridiculous. You don't need leverage. If you're trying to get rich overnight and you're gambling, go to the freaking casino. Give yourself a chance, right? Take your profit there too, though. Most people leave the casino broke, and you'll hear every story. Oh man, I was up like $5,000. Oh, I lost it all. Well, yeah, they're serving you free drinks one after another, just getting you hammered, stupid. Before you know it, you're splitting kings at the blackjack table like a dumbass. Yep, I've seen it happen. You wouldn't think so, right? You would not think so. Well, the book said you should split kings. It's like, I don't know what book you're reading, dumbass. But if you're at a blackjack table of 6-7 other players and you split paint, they're going to wreck your ass. They're going to throw you out of somebody's going to tackle you out of your stool, probably. You got to understand how blackjack works, right? That's why, like my brother, he doesn't lose. Why? He doesn't play for anybody else. He'll play 3 hands. He'll go to high limit. Find a 2-deck or a single deck. You don't find too many single decks these days. It's too easy to count. Too easy to count into a 1 deck. So you find like a 2-deck fucking $100 minimum table, and he'll play 3 hands against the dealer. And dude, he just kills them. They're bringing in coolers one after another, man. They're changing every shoe. Every shoe they're bringing in a new dealer, and he's just laughing. He's like, bring them all. You're going to need everybody. And they just can't beat him, man, because he knows how to play blackjack. Knows how to play blackjack. And you don't have some goof ass at the other side of the table splitting tens or something stupid, right? Hitting 17. Not say the dealer beats the whole table because you took the king. There's a lot of way to get jumped in a casino parking lot. Playing bad blackjack's one of them. They will wait for you and take every dime you have. All right. That's enough gambling lessons for one day. So everybody in the Discord, I want to thank you for all your support. And you just every day you're in here asking questions. That's what this is all about. If you're watching on TradingView, hit the rocket icon for us. Help us get out to more traders. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. There we go. Boop. Snapshot. And then, yeah, guys, if you're watching on YouTube or Twitch, we appreciate your we appreciate you as well. And all that being said, this was a great stream. Hopefully everybody learned their lesson with leverage, especially goof ass in the chat. So yeah, we'll get back at this tomorrow morning, 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, wherever you live out on this big, beautiful blue marble. Everyone except you know who in the chat, have a wonderful rest of your morning, afternoon, and evening. We'll see you tomorrow morning, guys. Alpha Trading out.